From letting agents says that the house is switching from pure to volatile people from January. But so I was kind of like, I don't think it's just kind of like can keep us conflict.
Oh, I see.
Anyway.
Hello. I'm not entirely sure whether or not anyone can see this or not. Or if anyone can let me know whether or not everything's going. I think it is. There we go. So, first off, this is a USB webcam. It's going to do close-ups of my hands and what I'm doing. Yeah, it's been a while since I actually did anything. Oh, hey, Alan. Yeah, it's been a while since I did anything, and I figured that I would take the opportunity because I'm going to be sat at the desk here for the next 3 hours, just working, trying to get this painting commission that I've got done. I'd do something a little bit impromptu. I just sort of show what I was doing, all of that sort of thing. So let's get everything done. So here's the full overlay now. I've got my number 2 brush. I've got my scale color old copper. Yeah. How's things going with all of you? I should have been keeping up with people a lot more than I have. I know it's super late for America and it's super early for Germany and the UK. So, oh well, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? With regards dieting and things, it's not been going very well. I'll be completely honest with you. It's been more than a little bit hard to stick to everything. It's been a little bit stressful. There's been a lot of problems on my end with just organizing things, just organizing and doing and staying motivated with all sorts of things. I'm in therapy now, which is wonderful. I get to speak to a lovely German lady once a week about problems that I'm having and things that I need to work on and all of that. Just, trying to figure things out and just get on with life in a way that is healthy. Obviously, everyone's struggling at the minute, which is not great. What are you going to do when the bad boys come for you? It's a very good question, one that not a lot of people ask often enough of themselves, Alan. Dear me. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I figured I'd do something video-y. I've managed to somehow get a couple of commissions all at the same time. One is a painting commission. So I take these models from Games Workshop and I paint them for someone who is paying me for each model completed. I've got a couple of weeks to finish this off. But I've also managed to get a video editing commission, which basically means that I take a video that someone else has already made, I cut it in certain ways, I apply effects to it, like the things that I would do normally to my own videos. And I get paid for that. I've got, I think, 10 on the go. I've already done 2. The first one was a freebie just to show what I could actually do. The second one is sort of in progress. I think that first one I actually put up on the YouTube channel here and listed it so that everyone could see it. And it's very much more of the same of that. But yeah, it's not bad. It's not a bad little gig. It's something that I know, it's something that I can do, it's something I haven't done anywhere near enough of, and it's gonna make editing fun, I think, I hope. I've ran into a lot of troubles earning off of YouTube myself because they've got this very, very strange thing. Basically, the account that they use for keeping track of how much money you've earned from views and clicks and all of that thing, you can only have registered in one country at any one point, which makes sense. It's tax and all of that sort of thing. It does make sense, but there is no easy way to change the country that it's registered in. And when you hit your very first payment threshold, in my case, €10, they apparently post out a letter to the home address that is listed. And that home address, in my case, is back in the UK. And obviously I'm not in the UK anymore. And I definitely don't live at that house. And because they've sent it out, I can't do anything. I can't cancel my UK account until such time as I've entered a PIN that is in the letter that they posted to me. So I can't get the letter which has the PIN, and I can't cancel my account until I have the PIN, and there's no way of getting the PIN, and there's no way of changing the country to be the right one up until I've entered the PIN, which, it's kind of ridiculous. So up until such time as I have my account sorted, I can't earn off of my YouTube videos, which is fine. I mean, I literally earned €10 off of, over a year's worth of work, and then I haven't made videos in a very long time now. But it would be nice to have the potential there, as opposed to not have the potential. So, what are you gonna do? Life and all that, eh? trying to make sure that I'm getting the angles right on this as well. Oh dear. Oh well. So how are you? Apparently there's two people viewing. I'm not entirely sure which of them it is. Alan, obviously, because you're actually talking to me. I don't know. Yeah, how's things going? Diet-wise, life-wise, all of that. I imagine that later on, once I've stopped streaming this and put it up, people are going to be kind of intrigued for about 5 minutes and then turn off the stream. I know. I imagine that Jessica is probably going to be happy that I streamed a video again, Jessica Crook, but I don't think she's going to sit around and watch it the entire time. I think maybe Brian might watch this for a little bit. It seems like the sort of thing that he'd be up for. Am I framing this right? It doesn't feel like I am. Oh, blimey. Yeah, that's fine. Sorry, the doorbell just went. But my wife has gone to answer the door, which is good. I was going to have to run for a minute there. Yeah, so I'm going to be here for a while. Unfortunately, I picked a rather slow-moving part of this, which is the trim, doing it all in an old copper, an old brass sort of style. And with no one really around and talking for me to play off of. This isn't going to be one of the most entertaining streams of all time, but you know what? I get to practice. I get to do something and feel like I'm actually making progress. I get to actually talk out loud for once, which is nice. You know? And I can point a few of my Berlin friends towards this as well. Say, hey guys, check it out. I actually did something today. Speaking of, actually, I should probably send a link to them so that if they want to, they can actually watch along. That would make sense, wouldn't it? That would be a clever idea. I missed a bit on there. Right. Let's do that actually. Where's there we go, stream URL. Share. Copy link. Go to Discord. Thanks. Streaming. There we go. we go. Right, done. Terribly exciting, I'm sure. Okay. Let's make sure that I think I'm still in view. Still in frame. Okay. Right, well, a little bit of bookkeeping done. And back to riveting work. Painting. Oh, the cats are here as well. That should be fun. Hello, Batman. What are you doing? Hello, Dexter. Dexter seems like he's having a bit of a morning. Chirruping away as he is. Making odd noises. Batman's around as well. Oh yeah, I got a notification today. Apparently it's Mark Giroudi's birthday. Brittany's husband. Obviously, I did my usual thing. I wished him a Merry Oldmas. There we go. So I've got everything, yes. But there are some bits of silver that I messed on that guy, so I'll bear that in mind for next time. Alright, on to the next one. As you can see, there's a fair few down here. There's 23 all told. I'm just about to finish, or well, just about to start actually number 5. It's time consuming, but all told, it's not that bad. I mean, I'm definitely getting paid a lot less than I think I should be for doing it. There's a lot of work involved, but I'm kind of looking on it as like an opportunity to do something that I wouldn't usually do. These models are definitely not ones that I would pick up for myself. You know, they're not things that I would go for. They're a little bit too tentacly and weird. But it basically means that I get paid to paint something that I wouldn't usually paint and have a bit of fun with it, which, well, it's not too bad. It's like getting paid to drive a sports car. You don't usually get to do it, but you're getting paid to do it, so you might as well enjoy it. Just in case you can hear that, that's the cats running around like nutters. It's fine. I thought I'd missed a bit, but I didn't. Dearie me. Oops. I should probably try and keep in mind that I need to keep my hands around about here. That's about the sweet spot, so that you can see what I'm doing, I think. It's the first time I've actually recorded my hands while I'm doing this sort of thing, as opposed to just having the one camera on the desk. So, you know, there's time and opportunity to do it better next time. There we go. I think I got that. Right then. Getting there. Getting there. I'm very happy about that. Very, very happy indeed. Obviously, I would love for it to go faster, but such is life. Alright, so diet-wise, I suppose now we're a few minutes in, well, 20 minutes in, I guess. Should probably talk about that. Things have been quite difficult for me. I've just not been in a very good place mentally. I've been struggling a lot with like motivation for everything. My back has been playing up something absolutely terrible. Yeah, like there's just not been desire or motivation to actually do stuff. Anything. Not even just, diet. So I've allowed things to slip a little bit. I shouldn't have, but it was just ease of access at the time, and oh, my wife has cooked, so I can eat something that's already there as opposed to messing around and cooking myself and all of that. That needs to go there. Yeah, it's not gone wonderfully. I've definitely put weight on. How much, I couldn't tell you. Couldn't even begin to. But I definitely have. I need to pull my finger out, get back on the horse of whole foods plant-based. For the most part, I've actually still been eating like vegan and vegetarian and stuff. There have been a couple of days of eating meat in there, just as you do. But for the most part, I have actually stuck by what I should be sticking to lose weight and all of that. So it's not perfect, but it's certainly not the worst that it could have been. And all the weight that I did lose before, I suppose, means that now when I've had some bad times, I've put weight on, but I haven't really overshot where I was before. It's not like uncharted territory. I know what I'm doing. I know how I'm feeling. All of that. So it's not the end of the world. I know that I can do something about it. I can do better. I still need to sit down and read Ray Kroneiser's book, Hellspent Solution. I need to start making vlogs again. All of that good fun stuff. That's what I should be doing. But, well, been a bit busy. Been a bit busy. Been a bit grumpy. Just demotivated. It's hard to keep yourself going at times. As I'm sure everyone knows. Everyone's felt that way at some point or another. The trick is not letting it own you. Unfortunately, I let mine own me for quite a while. In fact, it's probably still got its claws in me. But I am working on it. Hopefully I can make it work out, make it a positive change. And come out of all of this better than I went in. I'm kind of using this painting commission as an opportunity as well. Because the more that I paint these things for a guy called Federico, the more that I want to paint my stuff. You know, the more I actually want to do something that I can keep. Like with these, I can take some photographs. I can I can put up some video, that sort of thing, show them off. But it'd be real nice just to have my own stuff on my painting table and actually be working on it. That would be pretty cool, actually. And I will get there. I was actually going to, because I don't know whether or not you can see, but this big blurry thing over here, these are the side panels of 2 tanks. The commission was 23 figures. It was meant to be 21, but Federico miscounted when he handed me the box. So 23 figures. I told him I'd do the 2 extra because I'm already painting the rest. What's an extra couple of bits? 23 figures, 2 large tanks, transport sort of things. And for the most part, we're making good progress. Right, this is the 6th person, so that means since I started the stream half an hour ago, about 1 person every 10 minutes for what is admittedly quite fine detail work, especially on the trims. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. That's actually a little bit faster than my usual speed as well, because I can quite happily take hours and hours and hours on one of my own miniatures. I think that's what burns me out. In all honesty, I think that's what what causes me the issue where I take a break for a couple of weeks, spend so much time looking at such small things and obsessing over details because they're mine. I want them to look good. I want to show them off to people and have them say, wow, that's so good. Because, deep down, I crave approval from everybody. I think everyone does, though, to greater or lesser extents, It's nice hearing that your stuff is appreciated. Sorry, some of the details are kind of like hidden in there, and I'm trying to. This is one of the downsides of having the camera so low, is that obviously I've got to try and angle it for you to see everything, but also I need to be able to see the details myself, and when we're working this small, that can sometimes be a little bit difficult. I don't know. It's not the end of the world. Oh yes, the little fly ornaments down there. Dip those in copper, right? And the backpack. There's another little fly there. And another one there. Oh, tell you what. This is why the painting got outsourced to me, basically, because there's so many little details. So many. I can fully understand why someone wouldn't relish painting it for yourself. Or at least not all at once. Oh, God. The cats are off again. They've definitely got a case of the zoomies this morning. I don't know exactly what's going on. Not like they've not got food or anything. It's all there. It's weird. Okay. That's what's happening. I keep moving my hands too much, and that pulls on the cable, and that sets the camera off on an odd angle. That's what's going on. There we go. Much better. Dearie me. Well, it's important. We're learning. We're learning for next time. Right, there we go. There's another one down. Another one done. Another one bites the dust. Yeah, cool. Number 6. Finished. Number 7. very zen. Well, apart from me waffling constantly. So what else is going on? Oh yeah, well, I put up that first paint over vid the other day. Paint overs, as they are called, where basically this fella, Artist's Empire, takes photographs that people have taken of their miniatures and runs them through Photoshop and uses brushes and lighting effects and all things like that to paint over them in various different layers and that sort of thing, and basically make them look like box art or like they're real, like they're in the middle of whatever setting that they're meant to be in, which is incredibly cool, and it's really quite impressive to see. And I sort of stumbled across the Artist Empire stuff. It just popped up on my Twitter, and I was very impressed by it. And it's something that I could never do. I don't know how to do that in Photoshop. So I was very impressed and followed along and ended up joining the private Discord that if you are a Patreon, let's give it a minute for the stream to figure things out. It says it's not getting enough video information. There we go. Yeah, so if you're a Patreon, then you get access to this private Discord. And I managed to sort of finagle access free. Don't know exactly how, but I did. And sort of from there, the videos came up. The sort of like a screen capture thing that Artist Empire was doing, and he was releasing the videos, and there's no sound on them or anything. And I sort of mentioned that I was really impressed. The videos were turning out pretty nice. Maybe with a little bit of editing and that sort of thing, they could be like really cool. Just as feedback, I didn't really expect myself to go in for it. And then does anyone know how to edit? Well, yeah, I know how to edit. Oh, right, okay, I've got these videos and I've got some music. I'd really like them to be put together. Can you do that? Well, yeah, sure, that should be easy enough. I'll show you how to do it. No, I haven't got time. Do it and we'll see what it looks like. And then if you let me know how much you want, then we'll arrange for you to do some more if I like it. Oh, okay, fair enough. So I did it, and put it up on my channel here the other week, and it seemed to be well received. So I've managed to secure a video commission, doing more of them. So I did a second one yesterday, just quickly. There's some notes and feedback that's come in about that. Things like the like and subscribe thing and all of that. What's that look like? Should be looking there. Yeah, that's better. Sorry, I adjusted the camera a little bit too far south. So the there's been some feedback about that, like I'll do the like, share, and subscribe thing. plug the Patreon at the end. And these cats are going nuts, and I don't know why. Put in like credits, like music credits, and like whose piece that we worked on and all of that. All right, okay, yeah, sure. So I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to try and come up with some sort of title sequence, just like a generic intro that I can put on the beginning of everything. And then it saves me a little bit of time. It makes it look a little bit more impressive. If you remember the old intro that I used to do for my channel, like something like that, but better. I keep meaning to refilm that actually. My old intro, because it was kind of fun having it. It was nice. Sometimes it felt a little bit long, especially if you're getting into it. But maybe that was just me. Maybe I didn't appreciate my own work enough. Okay, let's trim. that's the thing that happens quite often. You start looking around the model like, no, I think I've done everything, and then you realize you missed a giant chunk that you should otherwise have done straight away. The trims are the main part of this that are bronze. Everything else is just additional details that changes from one miniature to the other. Yeah, so I don't think you have to worry about the paint over vids coming onto the channel here, though. There's going to be a proper YouTube channel for them, which obviously I'll end up like linking at some point and talking about, because people know that I do my hobby stuff, but they might not necessarily know where to find other stuff if they want to follow along with it, or they want to keep watching stuff, see some of my video edits, find out a little bit more about these weird little creatures and creations that I'm messing around with. I don't know. Yeah, should be good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting more stuff out there. If I can turn it into a bit of a regular gig, get paid for doing batches of videos, all of that sort of thing, I'll be fairly happy, I think. So, something a little bit different. It's what I got my degree in anyway, like video editing and filmmaking and all of that sort of thing. So actually doing something with that degree is kind of nice. Even if it's not taking part of like the writing and all of the actual production work sort of side of things that we learned, like how to arrange getting a street blocked off by the police and all of that sort of thing. Even if it's not that, it's still kind of fun. Okay, let's make sure we've got nice flowy paint. Not a great tip to the brush, but something that's decent anyway. Because now we're into some very fine detail. Look. There we go. With regards to the odd times as well, why I'm streaming now as opposed to later on in the day. Basically, I have to work around my son Rowan. At the moment, he's a keter, like kindergarten. So I've got time. I can, I can devote time to doing this and mess around. Whereas if I try doing this at, sort of 4, 5 p.m. after he's home, it's going to be very, very difficult for me to do anything because he's going to be here and he's going to be running around and he's going to want to play and touch things, and that would be difficult to work around. This way, at least, I get to carry on uninterrupted, mostly, apart from doors and doors and cats and all of that. Obviously, if my wife has a meeting or anything, I'm going to have to end the stream. But I don't think she has one coming up. I think she's fairly free today. I hope she's fairly free anyway. Just working on apps and programming and all of that jigging. Yeah. She's a very smart lady, my wife. She does things that I absolutely could not do and have no idea how to do. Is this? Yeah, this is right. There we go. I don't know. I don't know. Life, eh? It's a funny old game. Any more bits on that? Oh yeah, this bit right here. Two. we're speeding up a bit. Let's clean up the brush. Right. Oh, wait, no, actually, we're not. Because I'd already finished off 3, so we've done 5 in 50 minutes. So, yeah, there we go. now I know what my speed is. Oh dear. I think I've only got around about 2 weeks to finish these off as well. So, obviously I want to try and make a decent amount of money for the hours put in as well. What is the deal? What's all the chirping about? Me cats. Tell you what, they're oddballs. They really, really are. There'll only be 2 people here. 3 if you include me, but I'm happy with that. I know it's not the most entertaining stream of all time. Basically just waffling. But, I I understand that a lot of the people that watch my videos are over in America, and this is also a very niche thing that I'm doing at the moment. It's not necessarily going to be what people are following me on for. This is more just a way of me keeping busy and giving you an update. A very, very long, drawn out, and slow update. It's got to be said. But an update nonetheless. I have no idea what I actually weigh at the moment because I've been weighing myself. Then again, I should have been, but I haven't. And I did manage to watch a video the other day from Brian and Jessica, the one where they went to Huntsville and met up with Ray. That was quite cool. I know they've got a couple of videos coming quite soon, I think. Cooking videos and interviews with Ray and all of that. It's nice. Like, they're really doing well. They're really really having a good time with all of this. That makes me, you know, cool to see your friends succeeding at something that they are clearly invested in. And, I'm kind of interested in what Gregory's got to say as well when those videos come up. Oh, man, like, imagine, I know Brian was sort of going on about it in the video, but can you imagine walking around NASA with a scientist, just like a NASA scientist, just chatting away? Here you go, here's this little random factoid, here's this little random factoid, I worked on this bit, I worked on that bit. I cannot imagine anything more interesting and funky. And I'm not even like space mad. Like, I love sci-fi. I can tell you a little bit about like the history of the American space program and the Russian space program as well. But yeah, my space fascination tends more towards the what ridiculous things can we come up with that sound realistic in an ideal universe. There we go. Okay. Oops. Freshen up the brass on that. I think we'll do fly in that. There we go. Okay. Oop. Nearly. What was I saying? Not too long ago? Yeah. Always that one little bit where you think, oh yeah, I've got everything. And that's the bit that gets you. There we go. Okay. Right. Reward myself with a big one. This one is easy. Nice. Large scale slopping of paint on. Now, all right. Don't lick your paintbrushes. Very silly thing to do. Thankfully, the paint is non-toxic because it's acrylic based. But still, when you can identify different colors of paints by the taste, that's the time where you should probably reconsider your bad habits. There's a small fly here. That's annoying. Whoops. Might be a little bit too much paint on there. There we go. Much better. Oh well, there's going to be parts where I have to tidy up, I suppose. So never mind. It could be worse. So nice and quiet. It's never usually this quiet in here. Oh, so good. Even with the cats running around like nutters every now and again. It's just chill. Oh, what's that message? Sorry, I'll try and I'll try and speak English again. A WhatsApp message. Dun dun dun. There we go. All right. Live streaming. It's okay. It's not like anyone's watching. How you doing? Do you need me to? Oh dear. Well, that's my wife. Um, she's she's ran away. I was about to ask if she needed me to stop or anything, and she's just like, "Bye." Oh no. Oh dear. Oh, yes, the lesser spotted Suguta. Oh dear me. Yeah, I don't think she's got anything to worry about. I'm not exactly a popular internet personality. I think she's I think she's not going to get rushed by hordes of admirers, you know? I mean, she probably should. I think she deserves admirers anyway, fans, because she's a very smart lady. She's very cool. But I know that she would absolutely detest it as well. What's going on? Oh yeah, yeah. A bit of a thing that's going on at the minute that people are starting to get upset about, which is why my WhatsApp group is pinging. Is Do you remember an old board game called Hero Quest? It's like a dwarf, a barbarian, elf, all that sort of thing. They go questing through different coloured rooms, and it came with like little furniture and a gargoyle and all sorts of things. Anyway, this board game is being re-released. The only problem is it's being re-released only in America and Canada. So people in the EU, people over here, are now getting mightily upset at the fact that they're not going to have the chance of getting hold of it because it doesn't ship over here. You can't even buy it in America and have it posted unless you have a friend in America that will purchase it and then post it, and that would be very expensive. So people are now getting a little bit upset because they want Hero Quest. They want this board game. And it's not my like it doesn't seem like my kind of board game. I'm not particularly bothered that I'm not going to get it, but I can see why some people would be. It's a very classic board game. It's made by the same people that make these things, these miniatures. So whatever is in the box is going to be very, very entertaining for people. There's a big FOMO, fear of missing out. Which, when used effectively, is obviously quite a very good marketing tool. But when used for every single announcement ever, gives diminishing returns. And causes more than a little bit of frustration for people. As I say, I'm not particularly bothered by this one announcement, so Oh yeah, sound quality as well, a thing that I should talk about. I do have a much better microphone to plug in, but I didn't because it also requires sticking to my chest, and I figured if I had, a couple of things bouncing around all at the same time, it wouldn't necessarily be wonderful. I was kind of thinking about putting on some music for myself as well, but then the video playback would get muted by YouTube for copyright. So even though you're allowed to use music for free for live streams and stuff, they are a little bit happy with the mute button. Also, I'm fairly certain that the music I listen to isn't quite for everyone. It's a very eclectic mix. Very, very disparate portions of, of different genres all mashed together in a very weird way. Like my most listened to playlist, I think currently is quite literally just called October 2019, because it's songs that I found in October of last year. I just sort of mashed into one big list for organising later and never got round to it. Okay. Okie doke. Another one done and another one down. And back again. Dear. Hey, I'm making progress. It's more progress than I would usually make. The only real downside is sitting here and working here in the living room means that I'm not in a very comfortable chair. I'm sitting on the bench that came with our table. So when I eventually get to standing up, I am going to be in a little bit of pain, especially my back. But again, I've made progress, and that amount of progress is well worth it. Especially when it's time to go and get Rowan from Keystone. And then I have to stop my work for the day. Or at least take a multiple hour break. And then once he's home, if he's asleep, I can continue for a short time. But I think at that point I'll probably switch to the video editing because I can sort of sit in a comfortable chair at that point. Maybe if I live stream actual video editing, because I think I can put everything together without it going too wrong. Like actually rendering and stuff might be a bit of an issue, but I think I might be able to set up a screen capture, and then there's a little bit more video for the day. Jessica would probably be very happy with that. one of the main reasons I'm actually streaming in the first place, even if I am just sort of waffling away to myself, is that she was in their last live stream, the last Crocs in the Kitchen live stream that I moderated. She did her usual thing of, oh yeah, Martin should make videos, Martin should do stuff. Actually, Martin should do a live stream. That would be nice. And that kind of stuck in my head, so I decided I would do one. Obviously not at a time where she can join in, really, like not unless she's up at 4:30 in the morning, which is not outside the realm of possibility, it must be said, but I would hope that she's not here. She needs to sleep. She's almost got as bad a sleep pattern as I do. Okay. Yeah. Under the gorget. Sensors. And trim. Oh yeah, I remember now. I promised Carl, one of the guys who lives here in Berlin, that I've played Warhammer with. I promised him that a month after our last game, we would get together and we would have a 2,000 point game of Age of Sigmar. Now, I only have maybe about 1,000 points painted. So I should probably get on that at some point, not too long from now. Oh no. I've got so many things that I need to paint. Oh, this isn't funny anymore. What are we doing? And then let's actually take stock, because I need to get this right in my own brain, and no one's watching at this point, so I might as well get my head around it. So for my Warhammer army, my squigs that I painted before on the channel, I have a piece of terrain, and I think something like another 20, no, a little bit more than that. I think about another 25 to 30 miniatures to paint, like the actual goblins and stuff, for things to be finished before buying more stuff. Assuming that I even want to buy more stuff, I need to build quite a lot of things. That would definitely take me above 2,000 points. But I have to make a lot of that from scratch. And I think I was going to live stream that, because it would be interesting, it would be a bit different, it would be a bit fun, because I've not actually built something from scratch before. Like, just here are disparate kits, put them together in ways that they haven't been put together before. So I need to do that. I've got 9, count them, 9 tanks to put together for my sci-fi army. One that is the same as the ones that are over here on this painting project, and the other 8 smaller like armored transport vehicles, um, like artillery pieces and that sort of thing. And doing all of those would be quite fun, I think. But I don't have much experience of painting that sort of thing, because usually those things cost a little bit more money, and I wasn't exactly rich growing up, so I'm this is quite a bad hobby to get into if you grow up without a lot of disposable income, or have a lot of disposable income later on in life. At the moment, I'm kind of, this keeps me out of trouble. Keeps me from fully devoting myself to the cause of potato, I guess. Just wandering around screaming about Kartoffel over here in Germany. And also, believe it or not, it's actually cheaper than board games. Because the board game hobby, collecting and that sort of thing, that is expensive. That is a pricey hobby. If you're not satisfied with just 1 or 2 board games, if you actually want to get into, sort of the mechanics and figuring stuff out and all of that, that can be a bit pricey. And just going to the conventions alone, as an amateur designer or someone that wants to see the trade shows and figure out what's going on, see the new upcoming releases, that is pricey. Well, you get the enjoyment out of it, absolutely. But, yeah, it's more than a little bit costly. So I've got those to paint up, which I'm kind of looking forward to. I've got a lot of infantry still to paint as well for that same group. I think I've got around about 20, 15, 20, something like that. Some are partially done. Some are sort of, I've made a little bit of progress and then I took a break. A lot of them aren't assembled at all. So that's a thing that I need to deal with. Oh, big stretch. Shifting on the sofa. That was mildly painful. So I've got quite a lot to do for my sci-fi guys, the ones that look sort of like this, where they're all wearing armor. I decided I was going to start playing Necromunda, which is sort of like a dungeon crawl role-playing game sort of thing, set in the same universe, set in the sci-fi universe. So I've got some pieces for that. I have plans for getting a couple more bits for them, but that is a thing that will happen later. I've got an entire other army sat there, an army of demons that I just haven't painted. I did actually put something together. This, don't know if you can see that, this is a very interesting sort of purpley pink colour. Now what that is a very, very diluted version of this. I think that's about the right sort of level. Yeah. So basically that is called contrast paint. And the way that it works is it's kind of like a wash. It runs into the recesses, but it stains surface as well. This being a very, very highly diluted version of it, basically means that it doesn't stain anywhere near as much, because that pink is very, 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 very strong. Diluting it the way that I did means that it's just going to sort of like tint more than stain. So all these miniatures that I've got that are painted white, now I can put that on and they'll just get a really, really gentle pink tint, like a sort of unearthly skin tone, which is absolutely brilliant, absolutely perfect for what I want it for. Because then I can paint the entire army in, I'm hoping, 2 weekends, as opposed to this sort of thing. This sort of thing is taking me now like weeks to get to this point. So there's that. Dearie me. Right, let's see what we're getting on with. Let's rearrange this ever so slightly. How's that doing? Still a little bit high. There we go. Right. Okay. So now I've got these 10 left to do over here. So that's not bad. Like, I've done 10. I think what I'm probably going to do in that case, because what time we are on, 11:41. So I'm going to quit for now, because I've kind of run out of things to say anyway. Not that I had anything to say in the first place. And we'll sort of go and tidy everything up, and I'll get lunch ready for myself and for my wife, and then I'll go and pick up my boy, I guess. Oh, yeah. Well, we'll have a little bit more of a structured one later on today, maybe another live stream, just so that people can actually interact and chat for a little while. Like, I know Alan's been here, and 1 or 2 people have popped in, but no one massively. So yeah, I'll call it here. We'll have another live stream later, and yeah, hopefully I'll finish these off today with the copper there, and yeah, I can I can move on to the next bit, which is white. Yay! Well, right. Thanks very much for joining me. I hope that you've at least enjoyed being here, or having this on in the background or something like that. Even if it's not a particularly exciting one, and we'll do something a little bit later. Cool. Right. Have a good one. Stay out of trouble. Stay safe and all that. See you next time. Bye-bye.